So at this point, I'm going to have Brandon Schwab come up from Schwab Property Solutions. He's going to go through the next phase of the PowerPoint.
Thank you. All right, guys, if I can back it up just a quick second, if we can go back and talk about our fourth Wednesday. Our fourth Wednesday of every month, we are going to be doing something different than I think any of the other clubs are doing. We feel that it is important to have this type of meeting, but the fourth Wednesday of every month, our club is going to get together and play a board game called Cash Flow. Has anybody ever played the board game Cash Flow by Robert Kiyosaki? If you haven't, I encourage you to go out and buy the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad and begin there. This is a $200 board game. We just bought 10 of them, okay? We did that because a person can come here and be in all these seats, but if you don't actually take action, what's the point of it? So a thing that our club is going to do is it's different than everything else, but we believe that this is only part of it. The other part is you've got to be active. Doors are going to open. It's going to be in a different room than here. It is going to be down by the pool in the Lakeview room, okay? So you have to go down the elevator. It's a tinier room, okay? We are only able to handle the first 50 people that are able to register because there's 10 board games. Each game can play 5 players. So if there's a spouse, that counts as 1, okay? Unless you're going to play each other, and that's a whole different topic. So I won't go there. We are going to be there. I am going to ask you to be there at 5:30. We are going to get going with the intro of how to play Cash Flow. If anybody hasn't ever played, please come. Okay, I will teach you. I have actually been hosting a Cash Flow group for over 3 years. I love it. It gives people the basics. Could you give me that real quick? It gives people the basics of how to understand how the income statement is able to connect with your balance sheet. The problem in our country today is quite a bit of our country doesn't understand how that is able to work, and they buy a ton of liabilities. Well, the problem with that is as these go up, so does your expenses, and your cash flow goes down. And a thing that this board game is able to teach that I think is absolutely critical is it is going to break out the difference between earned income and passive income. I asked them to put in a quote, but there's a quote by T. Harv Eker that is, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. We are here to talk about the passive income benefits of real estate, okay? So that's going to be this. We are going to have the open mic at 6:15. I encourage, if you have deals, get up. Tell people about them, okay? If you are looking to purchase deals, get up and tell people. A thing that I think we're going to have to probably adjust is for all of our business vendors, they are actually going to be at the 6:30 opportunity. Anybody here that owns a business, I encourage you to become a business vendor. I think we are going to get into that as well. I think this evening, I think we had a couple people that own businesses. For this evening, that's totally fine. Going forward, I would ask to be totally fair to Sean, Dina, and all of the other people that have paid. I would ask you to either join or at least come and check it out, okay? The cash flow is going to begin at 6:45. It typically could take 2 hours, okay, depending who's playing, depending all the questions, and I will take questions throughout this event, okay? If anybody has any questions on ROI, the term ROI or cash on cash return, all of those are going to be explained. You just have to put up your hand, and our group is going to be able to cover that because if you're thinking it, somebody else is too, okay? We are going to be doing prizes, and the thing about prizes that I'm going to ask all of our business sponsors is anybody that is a business sponsor, I'm going to ask you to chip in for all of these prizes, okay? We want people to have something good to be able to go home with. We are in negotiations with a sign company out of Elgin that is going to be giving us blocks of 25 bandit signs. Does anybody in here use bandit signs? Would you enjoy 25 free bandit signs? Okay. Huh? Okay. Bandit signs that aren't from Indiana, though, Dan. And 8:30 prizes, then we're going to end up going to the bar afterwards, kind of passing out cards. Bailey, we aren't going to go there. All right, going forward, what has happened the past 12 months? I think if we are able to look at what is going on today, has anybody seen an uptick of what is going on in this world? Sales are climbing. Where are all of our realtors in here? Josh, those are climbing because there's different programs that Eric is able to offer, Sean is able to offer to get people into houses that they didn't have previously. And that is causing an increase in the first-time home buyers. It is also increasing the total number of buyers. Has anybody seen all the hedge funds in the area? Has anybody seen the invitation homes signs everywhere? Well, Bruce has a contact as a direct buyer to help feed them over 100 homes per week. So the problem is, and the whole point of this group is, we aren't producing enough homes to even come close to 100 homes per week. So the point of this club is to open this out and have people come in here and help us become bird dogs, okay? We'll go into that a bit more later. Institutional buyers, inventory is drastically down. Everyone talks about shadow inventory. Well, the president hasn't been able to release that. I've heard as high as 7 million homes, but they aren't being given out yet. There are guys that are like Tim that are able to go to the auction pits, but that's very competitive and you have to have cash, all right? Prices are upticking. It's a law of supply and demand, okay? The homes aren't being built, so people are taking care of their existing homes, but they're also having to buy houses that aren't brand new, okay? Where are the opportunities today? Well, I think there's tons of opportunities today because there's tons of sellers that can't sell, okay? There are going to be unlisted properties. The whole point of this club right here is to create a surplus of unlisted homes that can't be found through the traditional MLS, okay? The MLS is great if you are an typical buyer, and John does an awesome job being able to bring those to you. But on top of that, there's a whole other market that hasn't even been tapped into. There are people that go to get gas every day that are in a position struggling on their home payment. One of the things that I didn't tell you guys earlier is I got into this business going through some past history that I owned a business detailing boats and RVs. I had a contract with Camping World RV Sales, and I was in 5 different states. To the average person, I was doing pretty well. I was taking home over $100,000 per year, but in 2008, they quit selling RVs. A problem for me because I had every egg in that basket. I got into this business, and in 2007, I bought a house, got married, had a kid. In 2008, I lost income, okay? So I have a background different than quite a bit of people in the room, but I'm up here very humbly to tell you that when our arm adjusted in 2010, I had to give the house back to the bank. I went from a 740 credit down to 520. That's why I do what I do, and I can help because I've been there, done that. When our payment adjusted from $1,800 to $2,700 per month, I was looking at this kid and this bill. Kid and bill, the kid got paid. So I ended up giving the house back, but I tell you that very humbly that has began me on a journey that I can help people. I can help talk to people that are underwater. People that have houses that are underwater don't look any different than any of us in here. They don't have grass that's 3 feet tall. They're financially distressed themselves, and I can help those people. So there are plenty of people out there, and the typical broker isn't able to help them. The problem is if they can't get paid their commission, and if this person can't come out with the capital at closing, they don't get paid. So those people get kind of pushed to the back. So that's a very authentic, very truthful how I got into this business. And I was there too. I was always up in the front row because I was very eager to learn. I was in a business detailing boats that I thought I was going to change the world. I got into a better vehicle, and I think everyone here has the opportunity that I absolutely refuse to have this room be this size for any longer. That back wall's got to be pushed back. There's way too many people here that have to be helped, and every one of you in here, I'm going to ask you to bring someone next on the 23rd, okay? And pocket listing, pre-foreclosure properties, properties owned free and clear. Out of all the properties throughout the country, everyone hears about foreclosures and bank-owned and short sales. Do you know that a bigger population of homes are owned free and clear? 33% of our country's homes are owned free and clear. And when you begin bandit signs and talking to sellers, it is amazing how many homes are free and clear. And the problem is that they're in the same situation as everyone else. They can't sell because people can't get financing. Big problem. So as investors and everyone in here, we're in the business of taking care of problems. And if they can't be able to sell, what are the alternatives? And that's what our business does. I got out of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome with a 2-year-old and a boxer. And if anyone actually knows anything on boxers, they're like ping pong balls. And I got out of that payment of $1,800 that adjusted to $2,700, and I got into a single family house, fenced-in backyard, 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $1,800 per month. Rent with the option to buy. So I promise you, there are alternatives that aren't the typical avenues that everyone talks about. Buy, fix, and flip. I think that's a very common, tried and true avenue. I'll tell you that doesn't actually work for everyone. There's tons of people out there that are looking for other alternatives. Think about all of the landlords that bought homes counting on appreciation, okay? Tim, how many people that used to be in here just got killed because they were buying homes hoping things were going to go up? That's a dangerous thing to do today. Bruce can tell you that when you're in this business, you are going to earn your money when you buy. When you are buying $45,000 homes in Crystal Lake, a block from the beach, you earn your money when you buy it. You just get paid on the back end. So this group is going to be incredible. I am so excited to be part of this. And Bruce asked me to be part of this. I've been doing cash flow for 3 years. That was only part of the piece of the puzzle. There was a different part that Bruce had that I didn't have. I didn't have the piece to help educate people. I was at Panera, okay? If I had 15 people come, we were screwed because we were on one cash flow game and everyone was peaking. That was a disaster. So this combination between Bruce and Jim and all these people coming together, we want to break down the barriers of competition and help everybody partner up together. And I don't care if you are brand new, okay, or if you have been doing this for some time. It doesn't matter, okay? I am going to tell you to come here, bring all of your friends. I don't care if you don't have $1. It doesn't matter, okay? You have to have drive, ambition to be part of this, and we have an avenue for you. Deals, okay? The problem that I think was happening with all of these clubs is the clubs became a little bit of a coffee clutch. Is it okay if we don't accept that? Are you guys, if we push everyone to just absolutely refuse that we are only in 2/3 of this room? We're in northern Illinois, and there's, what, 50 people here? That's terrible, okay? That's absolutely terrible. I can't accept that. Jim did take off, but back in the day, they had 150 to 200 people when things were at the peak. This is the time that you buy real estate, not when it's at the peak. That's the time that you get cashed out and go to the beach somewhere for 3 months because you don't have to work. This is a time that you get into the business of real estate. We're going to be honest. Who in here is doing deals? Who in here wants to double the deals that they have done the past year? Triple? Okay? If we don't have every hand in here, I don't know why you guys are here. We did take out the food because we didn't want people coming here for just the food. Food here was good. This past year, Bruce and Terry served probably over 400 feet of Subway. So I'm serious. Okay? Thank you. But that's the wrong point. Okay? They had probably 50 pounds of the best chips I've ever had in my life. If any of you were at the coffee cup, you have a clue what I am talking on. And if anybody goes through that town, please go there because that place is incredible. But going forward, that place could only hold 50 people. We had 48 people there this September 26th, and it was jam-packed. We can't do that. So going forward here, how many deals does everybody in here want to do? Okay, I'm going to ask and challenge everybody in here to determine a figure. How many of you would drive out of here, and if your plan was to go to California, would you just leave and go that way? Would you have a little bit of a plan? Would you pull out a map, a GPS, okay, and go, which way is California? What I'm going to ask you guys to do is do the same thing for your life, okay? Figure out where do you want to go. I don't care, is it $5,000 per month? Is it putting your kids through college? Let's figure that out up front and then create a plan of how to be able to do that. I don't want to keep you guys here all evening, but we've got to plan more on our life than our trip to Florida, okay? It's terrible. I've heard a stat that people plan their vacations more than they do their life, okay? If you don't have your plans down on paper and in multiple places through your house and car, that doesn't count. You aren't cutting it. You've got to have it because it's got to be in front of your face all the time, all right? Is it okay if we kind of break down the barriers? You don't have to but if we can get you to a point to double your deals or triple your deals, is it going to be okay? Do you think at the end of that all of us can go back to being friends? So is that fair? Okay. Brandon.
How many people need to get their first deal done? I mean, a lot of.
That's why I didn't say anything, because you take 3 times 0, it's still 0.
3 times 0.
Okay.
Yeah, but 1, you go from 0 to 1, you've doubled your deal.
See that? Yes. 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 We have been so driven of how do we help the beginning investor get to that first deal. And I promise all of you guys that have been here for 20, 30 years, we're going to help create this plan to help you too, okay? We are going to focus on bird dogs, okay? That doesn't have to require a $1,000 course, okay? We aren't going to have out-of-state gurus come in here and try to get in your pocket $1,000 to $5,000 every single meeting. We aren't going to do that. We are going to train from within, and there's people in this room that have extensive background and experience to teach you better than any of those out-of-state gurus, and they don't try to get in your pocket for $4,450. I mean, it's crazy. Our goal here is to help our brand new bird dogs get checks up here, okay? I don't know if any of you have heard, we are going to be passing out checks to bird dogs, okay? Because that first check, that $500 check, is a thing that you could bring home and say, honey, I did it. It didn't cost you anything, but it took you time. You have to pick up the phone and call people, okay? If you don't have the ability to pick up the phone and call sellers and go, hi, so your house is for sale? Tell me about it. 3-bedroom, 2-bed? Okay. Why do you have to sell? What do you owe on it? Would you sell it for what you owe on it? That's a pretty easy question. How many people actually ask that? Okay? I don't want to get too tied up on that, but we do have a bird dog boot camp coming up October 19th that I'm going to ask you guys to come. If anybody is at that point, we are going to be able to do that. Our commitment, I think I kind of got into that, is we are so excited about giving value for both the brand new investors and also the guys that have been doing it for 30 years. Okay, what we're going to do is we've got a system in place to help the brand new people create deals. Guess who those deals are going to go to first? Tim, Dan, And Dave, okay? Dave is an incredible rehabber that does fantastic work. I had the opportunity to check out 3 of his houses. I've got 3 buyers for him, and I haven't done the paperwork with him yet. That's how beautiful these houses are. Going forward, we're going to give extreme value for both the brand new and seasoned investors, okay? We are going to ask you for your feedback, okay? On our website, get in touch with us by email, call us, tell us how good or bad we did. I'll be the first one to be able to take that phone call, okay? We absolutely refuse to leave anybody behind, okay? I don't care if you're brand new, scared, you can't pick up the phone, we'll help you. And that's the whole point of this club. Playing cash flow is an incredible avenue for people to get over that. Because this is great here, because all of you are in your seats. When you play cash flow, you begin with a job, okay? And each job has their own set of income and expenses, kind of like life, okay? They each have their own set of assets and liabilities. But here's the thing. Every person playing this game begins with 0 assets, okay? The whole point is to create assets that produce passive income greater than your total expenses. Would you agree once your passive income is greater than total expenses, do you have some options? Do you think if we play a board game of cartoon mice that could teach you those basic lessons, do you think it is worth it? We spent $2,000 on board games. You think we're crazy? I thought so at first, but that board game is incredible because it gets people out and off the bench, all right? We have created a step-by-step system for that, which is beginning with our bird dogs. This is talking about all of our system. Any of you that have done deals, we're going to help you double it. Okay? We're going to help you triple by bringing you off-market deals that you can't find on the MLS. With inventory being down, where do you find deals? This club is going to be bigger than this. If every seat isn't filled up 1 month from today, I didn't do our job, Bruce didn't do his job, because every one of you in here knows a person that you could bring. Probably 2 or 3 people that are broke, just lost their job, want to get back into the game, but they're afraid or don't have a clue of a place to begin, okay? That's what we're going to do here. For all of you full-time investors, I was able to cover that. We are going to bring you hot off-market deals and be able to give them to you first, okay? Is this the transfer part?
I think this is, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for all your time. I hope it ain't too exciting.